Simple can be very complex, and plain can be very beautiful. Who knew I'd find Japanese-style Zen in the form of a Subaru BRZ in England's Lake District? I'm Marty Paget, the editorial director for the Car Connection and Motor Authority, and I flew over to Manchester, England, just in time to grab a BRZ and head north from Manchester to Armathwaite Hall. Armathwaite's a country house that's been around in one form or the other since the 11th century. It was our jumping off point for a tour that would take us the entire length of England, from Armathwaite all the way to Brighton. Now, if you're not familiar with the BRZ, it's become one of our favorite cars introduced this year. It's a purist sports car. It's light, it's lean, and it's more focused than any affordable sports car on the market today. The only exception, maybe, is the nearly identical Scion FRS that you'll find over at Toyota dealerships. In some ways, the BRZ is a back-to-basics sports car in that it's lightweight, it's rear-wheel drive, but in other ways it's completely modern, with a body structure and safety features and amenities like Bluetooth and iPod controls, even a navigation system. We took off from Armathwaite early one day for the nearly 400-mile drive south. On long country roads dotted with sheep and bicyclists, we figured out that the power wouldn't be the strongest point of the BRZ. It's not that it's slow, but 200 horsepower from its 2.0-liter flat 4 gives up something to the heavier sports cars with turbocharged engines and big V8s that we're used to. Of course, we prefer the precise, short-throw 6-speed manual, but those who want an automatic transmission won't be let down by the 6-speed automatic. It has steering wheel pedal controls, a sport shift mode, and matches revs on downshifts. One of the benefits of being such a lightweight sports car, having a small engine, is great fuel economy, up to 34 miles per gallon highway back in the US, something that really pays off in Great Britain where gas is horrifically expensive. Whether you're in town or out in the country, the BRZ is just a hoot to drive. Steering and handling are excellent. The low-slung, seat-of-the-pants driving feel is a big part of it. The quick ratio steering is communicative. The suspension settings are taut enough, but just compliant enough to let you enjoy tight corners and to read the road surface with your hands. It's easy to feel where you've been and where you're going should you start to lose traction. And that comes in handy at the Harewood Hill Climb, a short course track that Subaru took us to explore the BRZ's handling limits. Within a few turns, you can really see why the BRZ is going to be a popular choice for track excursions. There's a DSC Sport mode for stability control, but you'll also be able to turn it completely off. The BRZ also has a limited slip differential that helps give the rear wheels a sure footing out of corners, and taller drivers will even be able to fit inside, even with a race helmet on. Now, while we've got your attention, you should know that, of course, the BRZ is a 2+2 seater. Anyone who gets put in the back isn't really going to be happy on a long trip. But you'll be happy to know that the BRZ has gotten excellent safety scores so far. It's an IIHS top safety pick, and it's also a good value considering that it starts at just over $26,000. At that price, a navigation system is standard, though the controls are a little fussy. So what's the bottom line with the 2013 Subaru BRZ? We think it shows that simplicity and leanness can provide more driving thrills than some complex, high-horsepower sports cars, some costing several times as much. We tend to think the BRZ is one of the performance bargains of the decade. Maybe it's an instant classic even. I'm Marty Paget. Don't forget you could join us all over social media, at Facebook at The Car Connection, at Instagram at The Car Connection, and at Twitter at Car Connection. Thanks for joining us.